Hello and welcome to this edition of MBC News. Wait, where's...
Whew, I'm good. I just took a tumble down the stairs.
Well, this next story proves you're not the only one.
Reporter Scott Dragowski has the story.
Have you ever fallen on the stairs at school? Do you suffer mental or physical injuries from falling on the stairs? Do your hands sweat and your heart race when you approach them? If you said yes to any of these questions, you may have Climacophobia. School nurses Krista Nichols and Kathy McVeigh have had to treat students that have fallen victim to the stairs.
It does happen on occasion.
We probably see one or two a month that roll their ankle here at school somewhere, being on the steps or the hallway or PE.
The worst injury ever happened out on the track. Where
Pep assembly.
No, he was on track and he fell down he was at PE and he fell down the bleachers and he filleted his leg open. It was a good gash. He required, I don't even know how many stitches. And we had to call the squad for that.
Senior Savannah Butt had a traumatic experience falling on the stairs and breaking her arm sophomore year.
I fell up the stairs. It was before school started, and I was walking to my locker, and I skipped a step, and I slipped, and I twisted my arm, and I could just feel it didn't feel right. So I called my mom, and I told her that I thought I broke my arm. So I told her she needed to come pick me up.
You may be able to run from your fears outside of school, but if you have Climacophobia, you're in for a long 4 years. I'm Scott Dragowski, NBC News.
We sure have some very talented musicians here at MHS.
And when they come together, they make one extraordinary performance.
Here's reporter Katie Herman with the story.
Music in the making became history in the making. In honor of Mason's Bicentennial, the Mason Music Department took the opportunity to perform Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. According to director Stephanie Jones, this lofty dream of a musical collaboration became a reality.
So we had wanted to do a collaboration for a long time, and we said, well, maybe this is the year to do it. What could we do that would be special, that would bring everybody together? And partially, we thought of Beethoven's Ninth kind of as a lofty dream and threw around a couple other ideas. And we ended up coming back to Beethoven's Ninth because there is really a theme of unity and brotherhood and peace in the poem that exists for the choir to sing in the last movement. And also because Beethoven's Ninth Symphony actually premiered in 1814, which is just 1 year before Mason was incorporated.
History of Beethoven and Mason's performance is parallel, according to senior Ruby Liu.
The symphony itself is very unique because I know that for Beethoven's Ninth, he hadn't conducted a symphony for a very long time, and this was the first time in around 20 years that he was performing one on stage, which is really interesting because it's also our first time. They all portray the same song and the same movement, so it's all very separate, but music's a universal language, so that's what brings it together.
Even within their entities, each musical discipline brings a unique aspect that can be appreciated by all, according to senior Noah Lohmuller.
We all rehearse completely differently. We've had very few interactions together throughout high school, and now we're being brought together. And if you haven't played with an orchestral group before, if I'm a wind player, I'm playing with string players for the first time. And also if you're a string player, you're playing with wind players and choral people for the first time, or singers. And so it's difficult at first because you're just kind of distracted because there's so many things different going on. We might hear, wow, that violin section, I haven't been this close to violin section, or wow, the full sound of the choir is just amazing.
It has brought together a community, according to senior Claudia Scully, and the music department is embracing this collaboration.
As a whole, I feel like the music department, everybody's kind of even within their own disciplines is oh, you're part of the music department, that's really cool. So it's nice to actually get a chance to work with all of those different departments, and it just is clicking, and it's kind of nice.
This pinnacle moment for the Mason Music Department has brought the music community together as a whole. The product of this event is more than a symphony. It's creating Mason history. I'm Katie Herman, NBC News.
Snip, snip, says Savani as he cuts the community's hair.
Not just as a hobby, but as a job.
Reporter Kylie McCalmont has the story.
Just like many other high school students, junior Imez Silvani has a job. But rather than clocking into work and reporting to a manager, Silvani serves as his own boss and co-worker. Silvani doesn't flip burgers or bag groceries. Instead, he provides haircuts to his peers for only $10 a cut. With a future career in fashion design as his motivation, an open garage, and a styling razor in hand, Silvani receives practice for his future while providing a very convenient service to his shaggy peers.
According to Silvani, he learned his haircutting skills from an unexpected friend.
My dad's car lot is right next to a barber shop, so I just hung out there. This Mexican guy named Julio, he just taught me the ropes, and he's basically like my dad.
Silvani's business first began to take off with the help from friend Junior Max Polani.
Well, I mean, Mez has always been a friend of mine since about freshman year, so we go pretty far back. But one of these days in the summer, I came up with a pretty crazy idea to try and cut my own hair. And I mean, I'm just gonna say I messed up pretty bad. So I called up Mez because I know he cuts his own hair, and I was like, hey Mez, like I messed up my hair. Like, bro, can you come fix me? And this was right before my Subway interview too, so I was like, I had to look good. All right, so I had Subway interview in about an hour, and Mez is just chilling at home. I drive over here, and I mean, I don't know, he just kind of fixed me up.
Ever since his first haircut, Polani has been devoted to Umez and his barber skills.
Well, I did take one break from Umez's haircuts, and I went to Great Clips, and it was a terrible experience from the beginning. You know, the customer service was terrible. Here at Umez's, I get a personal feeling, you know, like he understands me. He knows what I want. Like, he's a classmate of mine. So it's just, I don't know, I just like the feeling I get here. It's a good vibe.
Although it's nice to have some extra cash, Silvani's business is more than just a way to make money.
Basically, it taught me like the strings of like getting my hands on like an actual business instead of like taking the class Entrepreneurs in Action or something. I actually like got straight into it, got my own business plan and everything, so I didn't really need the class.
Running a business as a high school student may be hard, but Silvani says he finds ways to stay motivated.
Sometimes I get lazy, but like once I see the money, like I get my motivation back. So.
Silvani's haircutting service started out as a hobby, and as his talent grew, so did his business. From buzz cuts to steps, Silvani does it all to please his customers while providing a pathway to a very fashionable future. I'm Kelly McElmont, MBC News.
Bubbly,
Flaky,
nutty,
and sweet.
You may think we're describing someone's personality, when really, these words can more often be used when describing the delicious cuisines prepared by
the Culinary Club. Reporter Caitlin Emter has the story.
Fun, food, and friends. A 3-layer recipe for a good time when it comes to the Culinary Club.
I think that students are stressed through the week, they have a lot going on, and it gives them a place to come to have fun, cook, make recipes, meet new people, hang out with their friends, kind of a nice way to end the week.
Supervising for the last 3 years, Diana Williams has seen faces come and go, but the heart of the Culinary Club stays sweet.
I think over the years, you know, there's always new students that come in, and there's a variety. It's freshmen through seniors, guys and girls. And the thing I like about it, it is definitely student-led. So I just sit back. I'm the Kroger shopper. I get all the ingredients, and then they do all the work.
As president of the Culinary Club, Evelyn Mendoza takes charge of whipping up fresh recipes for the group to try.
Usually my recipe inspirations are just me, like when I'm hungry or like when I'm craving something, I'm just like, oh, this sounds cool, and then I look it up on Pinterest, and then I turn it in, and then Miss Williams buys it. Yep.
And it looks like hungry eyes haven't failed them yet. Rolling Oreo truffles with Morgan McNary, I found that desserts haven't been the only thing on the menu, but they definitely make the top 2.
Yes. What have been some of your favorite recipes that you've done?
Well, we've done the chocolate covered strawberries. Those were really good. And we've also done like enchiladas.
With everything from enchiladas to Mississippi mud pie, it's no wonder the Culinary Club continues to bring friends together over sweet and savory snacks. I'm Caitlin Emter, MBC News.
The future of recording at MHS is soaring to a whole new level.
Here's Peyton Krell to tell us why the drone's eye view has clear appeal.
What once seemed as science fiction is now among us. From city skylines to the heart of Mason, MHS students are taking to the skies with their new drones. Freshman Joey Wood is a new drone user who has been taking pictures and videos with this new device.
Right now, I'm just trying to get the basic controls, so I'm taking pictures in a lot of places, Mason, of course, panoramas there, and downtown Cincinnati was the first kind of big thing I've done with it. Really can't fly a drone in downtown, so what we did is we were on the outside, near Kentucky on the river.
Mason senior Jonathan Rose enjoys the high-tech accessories that come with his new drone.
So basically this one's called a quadcopter. It's made by DJI. Quadcopter since it has 4 propellers, which keeps it really stable in the sky, so you can fly in a little bit more windy conditions. The camera down here is on a gyro, so it stays stable in the sky, meaning it basically spins on 3 axes to keep it stable. And it's a 1080p camera, so it's really high quality video pictures. Coming out with a 4K one on upper versions here shortly. And then the altitude on this, I don't tend to go more than 400 feet up at a time, just to kind of keep it in a relatively low height. It can go up quite a distance. I'm not sure what its max is, and then it can go about 2 miles out and have a good signal still. I really like flying because it's just kind of breathtaking. You go up in the sky on a clear, crisp day, kind of like today, and you get to see a different perspective that you've never seen before. It's kind of like going up on the Eiffel Tower at Kings Island and seeing Warren County all the way in vast distances. It's just amazing. It's the new perspective.
While their uses may vary, drones are sure to lift off towards further technological innovations. I'm Peyton Krell, MBC News.
Contrary to what some may think, baseball is more than just the pants.
But you have to admit they are a catch. Even if the player wearing them is a student who doesn't go to Mason but still manages to play on the Mason varsity baseball team.
Reporter Tori McVeigh has the story.
Michael Treft is a homeschooler who plays for the home team. Yes, you heard me right. Michael doesn't actually go to school at Mason, but he's a member of the Comets varsity baseball team. A couple years ago, the Ohio High School Athletic Association adopted a new rule that allowed homeschool students who lived in the school district to play for their local team. Treff took advantage of this new rule, and now after a lifetime as a homeschooler, he's getting the chance to play for his high school team. And Treff didn't just make the team. He's a starter at second base and the team's leadoff hitter.
Playing for my city's high school team is pretty cool. It's definitely something I haven't done before. So it's a cool experience. I'm glad I can do it my senior year, especially a lot of the guys I know, and I'm starting to know everybody more, and so it's just a cool experience.
This dynamic of having a player on the team who doesn't actually go to school here presents a unique situation for Treff and his teammates. There have been many firsts for this new member of the baseball team. In fact, Treff has never ridden a school bus before.
Riding the bus for the first time was quite the experience. I got to sit in the back with all the senior guys, so that was fun. And right when I jumped on, I took a huge selfie with everyone, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a neat experience witnessing a homeschooler on the bus. Chucky was in a whole other world, and you could really see it. And after a while, he settled in. But at the beginning, he was like a little kid in an aquarium, just taking it all in. So he settled in, though. It was good.
While Treff's teammates are in a traditional high school all day, he is at home going about school in a much different way.
A typical school day for me, well, most people think of homeschooling. It's definitely not what I do. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, actually, I go somewhere to take my classes, and then on Tuesday and Thursdays, I have homework at my house and just studying for those classes.
Treff was no stranger to many of the players on the Mason baseball team. He's played with or against many of the players during the summers as part of the prestigious Midland baseball team. One of his closest friends on the team is North Carolina-bound Rodney Hutchinson.
It was good knowing that Michael was coming to play with us this year, just growing up playing with Trefty, and just being really good friends with him and knowing his skill set and how he's going to help the team as a baseball player and as a friend. I was really glad when I heard he was playing with us because I knew he was going to help us and it would be fun.
Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking coming in at first, just because I didn't know a lot of the guys, but it definitely helped that I knew Hutch and then a couple other players too. So I'm glad to be playing with the Comets this year. I think it's going to be a good season.
The issue of having a homeschool student play for this team and even earn a starting position could pose somewhat of a controversy, and Treft is aware. But as he admits, it's really no different than a student athlete transferring to Mason from another school.
It's a little difficult. It's because I'm homeschooled, because I don't go to the school, so I'm not seeing the guys day in and day out. But you know, I made all the winter workouts and all the tryouts, so I got to know people through that, and so I did all that, and fortunately I made the team, and so it's not really any different than a transfer student coming in and not knowing all the guys, and they got to go through the process and meet the coaches and you know, perform well. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity to play this year.
The Mason baseball team is once again poised to make a run for the GMC title and hope for a long run in the postseason. For Michael Treft, he's enjoying the opportunity to make an impact on his new team and begin a new trend that could become pretty commonplace for many teams and programs here at MHS. I'm Tori McVeigh, MBC Sports.
There's no doubt making a great team takes a great coach.
Or coaches. Looks like the girls lacrosse team just gained a new sister act.
Here's Brianne Gibb with the story.
Across Mason sports, a sense of family is an important thing to each team. The new varsity coaches for the girls lacrosse team bring a different view of this to Mason athletics. Not only are they new, they're all sisters. Typically, siblings wouldn't choose to be with each other more than they have to. But in this case, lacrosse is something that brought these three together and has kept them together until now. Head coach Megan Jones and her two younger sisters, Kirsten Groh and Rebecca McLouth, grew up sharing a love for lacrosse. Kirsten and Rebecca were able to play in high school and college together. After going their separate ways, they were reunited with the chance to coach at Mason.
Actually the best thing that's literally ever happened for us three to coach together, I think.
Yeah, we always really wanted to coach together, so it's just really fun that it's actually coming to fruition, and it's been a fun time.
Yeah, it was either all of us or none of us, basically.
That was my number one thing, is I wanted to be near a family, and this has just been a dream come true for me to be around these two. I mean, I literally would not have it any other way.
Megan, Rebecca, and Kirsten believe they have an advantage over other coaching staffs because of the trust and loyalty that comes with being sisters.
We can be brutally honest with each other because we're sisters. I mean, we're the first people to criticize, but also the first people to commend each other for what we do. And where I fall short or where these two fall short, like, we pick each other up.
I think that's the best part about being sisters, is we can tell each other how we feel and then pick up the phone on the way home and be like, oh, sorry about that if that didn't come off right.
Let's go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Senior Maggie Lortz and the players see how the three are able to embrace the fun that comes with being sisters along with being professional.
I think if you were at a practice, you would definitely see it. They are always correcting each other and kind of messing with each other, but like at our games, they act more like coaches than they do sisters. I think they are good at balancing out being sisters and bickering and laughing and joking with each other and being coaches and being professional about it.
After having gone through what their players are experiencing now, these sisters understand that being a great coach requires more than teaching just lacrosse, but also values their athletes can carry with them beyond the playing field.
We really want to be an influence on young women and be able to be a role model, especially because, we've been in their shoes.
While what these sisters are teaching the girls may be very impressive, the message that transcends the numbers on the scoreboard is that family is far more important than any victory you can have on the field. I'm Brianne Gibb, MBC Sports.
You know, Lily, sometimes I think a zombie apocalypse like in The Walking Dead would be pretty cool. I think I could really kick some zombie...
But, Emily, I'm thinking Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I bet we're not alone.
Let's find out. Here's reporter Jeffrey Somm with today's Kids in the Comments.
With the growing popularity of Netflix and other video streaming apps, most people immerse themselves in their favorite TV show. Sometimes we love our TV shows so much, we oftentimes feel like we're part of the storyline. So we asked you kids in the comments, if you could be trapped in any TV show for a month, what would it be?
Ni hao, Kylan.
16 and pregnant. No teen mom!
Empire, because Lucius and Cookie slay.
Dora, so I could be with my family.
Naked and Afraid, because that really gets me going.
Wizards of Waverly Place. Kidding me,
everybody hates Chris. You know? Feel at home. Feel where I belong.
Keeping up with the Kardashians. Definitely the natural way.
We would be on Friends because she's Monica and I'm Rachel. So no one told me life was gonna be this way.
I would be dropping America's Next Top Model because I'd be surrounded in babes.
I'd be trapped in Trailer Park Boys, because, you know, those guys are just really inspirational, how they live in like a trailer park, and that's what I want to do when I grow up.
I'd be on The Bachelor because I could date 20 girls at one time and it'd be totally okay.
I would be on Little People Big World so I could finally fit in.
Probably Parks and Rec because Leslie Knope is my spirit animal.
I'd be stuck in Avatar: The Last Airbender so I could steal Katara from Aang.
Probably Duck Dynasty because I'm a redneck.
I'd be on Friends because I don't really have any.
I would want to be on The Bachelor because there's lovely men.
Although it would be fun to leave the worries of our lives and live in our favorite TV show like Modern Family and SpongeBob SquarePants, we can often agree that living in reality is better than any old reality TV show. I'm Jeffrey Som, NBC News.
Thank you for joining us for this surprise edition of NBC News.
As always, we're dedicated to bringing you the news of students making the news here in Comic Country.
For everyone in front of and behind the camera,
I'm Lily Vardanian.
I'm Emily Wilhelm, NBC News.